do you mean come down off the trapeze into the sawdust?
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're looking at all the exciting biopics coming our way.
Well, here, I'll give you something to talk about.
Yes.
The Britney biopic. What can you tell us about that?
Well, that's very
and how
early.
How involved is she?
Michael.
Have you started filming that yet?
Yes, we've been filming about 2 months and a half.
Yeah.
Got about 4 months to go.
Currently scheduled for a late 2025 release, the upcoming Michael Jackson biopic is certain to be one of the most highly anticipated movies of the year. The film is set to explore the King of Pop's life and is directed by Antoine Fuqua. Jaafar Jackson, son of Michael's brother Jermaine Jackson, will be portraying the adult version of the star.
So glad you called my phone, told me mine.
Rounding out the cast, Coleman Domingo and Nia Long are playing Jackson's parents, along with Miles Teller as his former manager John Branca. At this time, there's no word yet as to whether the film will depict Jackson's controversial legal matters.
It's not what the tabloids have printed. It's not all this crazy outlandish one. No, it's not at all. I mean, the terms of the agreement are very confidential.
Deliver Me from Nowhere. Set to release in 2025, this biopic is bringing Bruce Springsteen to the big screen. Based on Warren Zane's book of the same name, the film follows the born in the USA singer's journey crafting his groundbreaking album Nebraska. Jeremy Allen White, star of The Bear, is stepping out of the kitchen and into the recording studio to portray him.
Yeah, I picked up the guitar. I've been trying to learn there. Trying to get my voice right, or even see if my voice can
Get those textures.
Can do that. You know. So yeah, I'm doing everything I can.
On-set photos of White have made the rounds online, and it's looking like the Emmy winner is a good match for the boss. Jeremy Strong, Paul Walter Hauser, Mark Maron, and Gabby Hoffman are also set to appear in the film. Janis Joplin, Get It While You Can.
What does the title mean? Anything hard
What does the title mean? It means... Boogie, man.
At one time, Amy Adams was set to play Janis Joplin in a new biopic. However, years later, it seems the project has shifted gears with a new actress stepping into the role. Big Little Lies star Shailene Woodley is on the docket to play the legendary rocker, who passed away at only 27 years old.
I've been moved by her for a very long time, and I think that it will be a fun movie and story to share with people, because I don't know that people know a lot about Janis like a person, and that gets me excited.
Linda Perry, a collaborator on the project, stated that the film will follow the final days of Joplin's life. Still in the early stages of development, neither a release date nor a shooting schedule have been revealed yet.
7 years in the making for us, and now we finally got to share it with the world. And the whole experience has been incredible from day one to now, and we have a long way to go.
Untitled Fred Astaire biopic.
Putting on my top hat, tying up my white tie, brushing off my tails.
When Tom Holland made his unforgettable appearance on Lip Sync Battle, it became very clear that the actor has a knack for dancing. In fact, the Spider-Man star studied dance at a young age and even starred as the title role in Billy Elliot the Musical.
So it took me about two and a half years to actually get onto the stage. Most ballet classes in electricity, it's very strict. But in acro, we can just do what we want. Muck around a bit.
Given his experience and training, it's no surprise he would be a natural choice to portray one of the greatest dancers of all time, Fred Astaire. In 2023, Holland said the project was in, quote, development. Here's hoping it's shuffled into production, because we would love to see Holland bring his moves to the big screen.
So I'm seeing a lot of cameras in here that can pick up on some cool tap dancing moves.
Untitled Linda Ronstadt biopic. 2024 was a big year for Selena Gomez. Not only did she become engaged to her boyfriend Benny Blanco, she also received 2 Golden Globe nominations for her roles in Emilia Perez and Only Murders in the Building.
Girl, you are just in your acting bag right now. How good does that feel?
Actually unbelievable. This is where my heart deeply, deeply lies, so I'm so happy.
In addition to those milestones, 2024 also gifted Gomez her next big project, a Linda Ronstadt biopic. Directed by David O. Russell, Gomez is set to star as the Blue Bayou singer. Not much else has been revealed about the project at this point, but it's looking like 2025 will be another stellar year for Gomez.
I think that this was a wonderful stepping stone into hopefully showing people how much I care and I'm willing to go there as a performer, and it's so liberating. So I just hope there's more projects to come.
I have a sneaking suspicion there absolutely will be.
Untitled Beatles biopic.
Aren't we going in then? No, that's not.
Oh, come on, lads, don't be windy. Where's that famous pluck?
I haven't got any of you, George. Did have. I have had. I will have. Read on.
Director Sam Mendes is gearing up to bring one of the biggest bands of all time to the silver screen. In a 4-part biopic film series, Mendes will tell the story of the Beatles, with each film focusing on a specific member of the quartet. But who will play the Fab Four?
You played guitar, right?
Uh-huh. Still do. Still do. You should come see us.
Rumors and unofficial statements have been swirling around online. Some outlets are reporting that Paul Mescal may play Paul McCartney, Harris Dickinson as John Lennon, and Barry Keoghan as Ringo Starr. It's also been speculated that both Joseph Quinn and Charlie Rowe are contenders to play George Harrison. No matter who is in the final cast, cannot wait to see this project come together.
Come together right now over me.
The Smashing Machine.
The second the bell rings, you can just look at some people and you can just tell. They're scared to death.
Hot off 2023's sports biopic The Iron Claw, A24 is ready to get back into the ring with their upcoming project, The Smashing Machine. Based on the life of the iconic mixed martial arts fighter Mark Kerr, the film is directed and written by Uncut Gems co-director Benny Safdie.
I had a teacher who, he wrote on this paper that I had written, he's like, you're starting at A, and we got to get to Z. And then he did all these crazy scribbles on the paper. He goes, if you can walk me from A to Z, it doesn't matter how crazy the path is, I follow the story, and it's great.
The film will reunite Disney's Jungle Cruise co-stars Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as Kerr and Emily Blunt as his ex-wife Dawn Staples. Production ended in the summer of 2024, and the picture is expected to hit theaters sometime in 2025.
Lady, look, we got...
Oh, God, sorry, Frank.
Sorry, strong form.
Untitled Christy Martin biopic. Regarded as one of the most successful female athletes in the history of boxing, Christy Martin's life story is about to become a major motion picture.
How can this be? I'm from a town of 500 people in southern West Virginia. And here I am, in the middle of this huge fight on a pay-per-view show.
Euphoria's Sydney Sweeney will portray Martin in the film, which will follow her rise to fame as a boxer in the 90s. The film is also expected to depict the attempted murder of Martin by her former husband in a brutal attack which he later served time for.
Thank God, a motorist stopped by and picked me up and took me to the emergency room. The doctors there, after seeing my leg, they wondered how I walked, how I was able to run out of the house. Was I ever gonna walk again?
Sweeney posted photos in costume as the boxer on her Instagram. Sporting muscles and brown hair, Sweeney bears a striking resemblance to the coal miner's daughter, and we're sure she's got the fighting skills to match.
Throws a lot of hard punches, crowd pleasing. She gave everybody the money's worth.
Untitled Bruce Lee biopic.
So, it is now for you to reclaim our lost honor.
Yes, I understand.
There's a man here. You will go to him.
In 2022, it was revealed that Academy Award-winning director Ang Lee was set to direct his son, Mason Lee, in a new Bruce Lee biopic. Bruce, an actor, director, and martial artist, took Hollywood by storm in the 1960s and early 70s thanks to his roles in films like Enter the Dragon and shows like The Green Hornet.
How would you stop us? Kung Fu? Isn't that the traditional way?
Bruce's wife and daughter were the ones who reached out to Ang, hoping he would take on the project. In 2024, the Brokeback Mountain director stated that he hopes to make the movie, quote, soon.
What's your style?
My style? You can call it the art of fighting without fighting.
The art of fighting without fighting? Show me some of it.
Later.
Tony.
Did you save room for dessert?
Yeah, what's that?
That's our signature dessert, Cherry's Jubilee.
Sounds great. Bring the young vandal here, Cherry's Jubilee.
Breakout star of The Holdovers, Dominic Sessa, is preparing to take on a new challenge by potentially playing the late star chef Anthony Bourdain. In the summer of 2024, outlets broke the news that A24 was in talks to produce the biopic, scouting BlackBerry director Matt Johnson to helm it. There's not much news on the street about the project yet, but fingers crossed it all goes ahead.
I had a high enough opinion of myself that I thought it's worth going forward.
Otis and Zelma. In late 2024, it was announced the legendary singer-songwriter Otis Redding would be immortalized on the big screen.
Please don't make me stop now, yeah. I love you.
The voice behind iconic songs like Sittin' on the Dock of the Bay will be portrayed by Star Wars alum John Boyega. The film, currently titled Otis and Zelma, will not only follow Redding, but also his marriage to Zelma Redding, who will be played by Till's Danielle Deadwyler. Otis's tragic and untimely death in a plane crash at just 26 years old left a major impact on the world of music. With a love story at its center, the film is sure to pack an emotional punch.
Bill Walden was his manager. He said, "We want to bury him in Rose Hill." I said, "No, he's going home. He's going home and put him in the front yard. And nobody's going to do anything about it."
Untitled Dionne Warwick biopic. The voice behind some of the greatest love songs of all time, Dionne Warwick's story is ready for the silver screen. At this time, not much is known about the project, other than that Warwick personally selected singer-actress Tiana Taylor to play her.
What the world needs right now might be love, sweet love. But what I think it really needs is more of Miss Dionne Warwick, yeah!
Both artists have publicly shared their admiration for each other, so we can be sure that this project will be made with lots of love and care.
She's had a wonderful career, you know, and I think right now is about making her feel as safe as possible to be able to tell her story, because a lot of these stories get misconstrued or extremely dramatized to an extent. And that's not like really where we want to go.
Untitled Britney Spears biopic.
I think I did it again.
What could be more exciting than a biopic about the one and only Britney Spears? The Princess of Pop's discography and life story would make for an epic film, but it may or may not become a reality. In 2024, media outlets reported that the rights for Spears' biography, The Woman in Me, were bought by Universal, with Wicked director John M. Chu possibly set to direct.
I haven't really started anything fully yet. We are, but she will be very involved in this. I have ideas and things of an approach and things, but it's very, very early.
As excitement built, the singer took to her social media to state that the project was happening, but the film won't be a biopic. Despite conflicting reports, a potential collab between Chu and Spears sounds like a match made in cinematic heaven.
Have we talked to Britney?
Yes, I'm very excited about it. I think there's huge potential about telling a great story, one that she deserves. But I'll leave it at that.
72.
This is the best game I've ever had. Come on, Ralph, get what you say. This is good.
A biopic about comedy legend and Family Feud host Steve Harvey is in the works under the title 72. The name is inspired by the time frame in which the story will take place, 3 days before his life-changing stand-up performance at the Apollo Theater in the early 90s.
And that was my turn-back moment. See, in your life, everybody has a turn-back moment. You have a moment where you could go forward or you can give up. But the thing you have to keep in mind before you give up is that if you give up, the guarantee is it will never happen.
No cast, writers, or director are currently attached to the project, but survey says this is definitely going to be a fun one to watch out for. Untitled Martin Luther King Jr. biopic.
This nation will rise up, live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
Depicted on screen in films like Selma and Rustin, Dr. King is a seminal figure with a story that continues to inspire and uplift. In 2023, it was reported that comedian Chris Rock was preparing to direct a biopic about the late civil rights leader along with Steven Spielberg as the executive producer. Based on Jonathan Ives' biography, King: A Life, no other details about the project have been revealed.
Because I had this opportunity to interview people who knew King well, because there were thousands of pages of new FBI documents, because we're living in a world in which everything he warned about has come true, we desperately needed a new biography.
Untitled Queen Latifah biopic.
I bring rap to those who disrespect me like a dame. That's why I'm talking. One day I was walking down a block, I had my cut-off shorts on right.
Born Dana Elaine Owens, the artist better known as Queen Latifah has built a career that has covered everything from music to film to makeup. The Academy Award nominee revealed in 2024 that a film based on her life is in the works. Teaming up with Westbrook Studios and Jesse Collins Entertainment, Latifah's film is set to be one of the many movies about hip-hop icons that the companies plan on producing. Will Smith is also joining the team as a producer, with additional details still yet to be disclosed.
Wait, you saying you on a Neve?
Yo.
Like, to be on a Neve board was to, like a holy grail. To have 48 tracks?
Absolutely.
Unheard of.
Unheard of.
I don't know those budgets.
Untitled Richard Simmons biopic.
Everyone's trying crazy diets, or most people want to do without the exercise, but you know, it's 10% eating, and it's 10% exercise, and it's 80% motivation. And that's why God made me!
In 2024, comedian Pauly Shore starred in a short film, The Court Jester. In the film, which played at Sundance, Shore portrays the late fitness coach and TV personality Richard Simmons.
What's my first rule? Like yourself, okay? Like yourself. Your weight doesn't matter. If you like yourself, you're gonna be fine.
After its premiere, Shore sought to create a feature-length biopic about Simmons. However, before Simmons passed, he publicly stated that he did not approve of the project, but was in talks with studios to do another biopic on his terms. After his death, Simmons' family also spoke out against it. Only time will tell if the project gets made. Untitled Elon Musk biopic.
Anybody in this room on the planet who doesn't have an opinion about Elon Musk, and you, who may know him better than anybody in the world now, managed to write 600 pages, and I actually don't know exactly what you think of him. I learned all kinds of things about him, but you've written a Rorschach test.
Author Walter Isaacson is no stranger to having his biographies adapted for the big screen. In 2015, his book Steve Jobs was adapted by Aaron Sorkin and turned into a film under the same name, directed by Danny Boyle. Next up, his bio about controversial tech billionaire Elon Musk is slated to be turned into a film by A24. Black Swan director Darren Aronofsky is set to helm the project.
I couldn't sit here and answer what it means, but I know people are always going to come back to stories.
Untitled James Baldwin biopic.
I write the essays, I write the books. And what you make of them is, what people make of those things isn't up to me.
The late civil rights icon's works, like If Beale Street Could Talk, have already been adapted into films. But now, it's time for his own story to shine. His life will be the basis of a screenplay co-written by Pose star Billy Porter, who will also play the prolific writer and activist.
He's one of the first people who I saw who looked like me, you know, who represented me in the fullness. You know, Black and queer and present and, you know, his writings unapologetic.
The book, James Baldwin, a biography, written by Baldwin's friend David Leeming, will serve as inspiration for the film. Untitled Candy Darling biopic. Director Zachary Drucker is gearing up to bring Candy Darling's life to the big screen.
I don't like a set look, you know. I don't like anything that looks too set. I like things a little... And things that move. I think things that move are beautiful.
The trans icon and noted Andy Warhol superstar appeared in Warhol's films Flesh and Women in Revolt, and later made a splash in New York's theater scene. The film was originally announced in 2019. Hari Nef was cast as Darling, and John Cameron Mitchell signed on to produce in 2024.
I like to be the daddy to kind of create the place that it happens.
Be like the architect?
Yeah, but I hate to micromanage. I'm like, what do you got? What do you got to bring to the party?
Untitled Nat King Cole biopic.
Oh, but here for the moment, I can hold you fast.
Coleman Domingo has proven himself to be one of the strongest actors around, and he's about to prove that point yet again with his newest project. Domingo is gearing up to play singer Nat King Cole in a film about his life. Not only that, but it's also been reported that the Sing Sing actor has co-written the screenplay and is set to direct. Sounds like for Domingo, the project will be an unforgettable experience.
Come to expect some of Nat King Cole's rich catalog of music. Come to expect that. But also come to expect that you'll never hear the songs the same way again.
Blue Moon.
Blue, blue moon. No, I'm no longer alone.
Jammed with an all-star cast including Ethan Hawke, Margaret Qualley, and Andrew Scott, Blue Moon is set to dazzle audiences in 2025. From the mind of Richard Linklater, the film follows the last days of lyricist Lorenz Hart of the famous duo Rodgers and Hart.
I think he was a tremendously skilled man. He knew more about rhyming than almost anybody I've ever known, and he loved to do it. This is a very good form of showing off, because he could rhyme things that nobody else would dare touch.
According to reports, a big part of the film will take place on the opening night of the musical Oklahoma, a project that Richard Rodgers wrote with Oscar Hammerstein. A behind-the-scenes theatrical drama, it looks like musical theater fans will be lining up for this one. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Swiped. Based on the life of entrepreneur Whitney Wolfe Herd, Swiped is set to join the ranks of other popular tech biopics like The Social Network.
Women have never been in control for thousands of years, certainly not on technology, and this is how it's gonna work. And I thought I was like brilliant. And the whole room was like, she's crazy, this girl's nuts.
In the upcoming 2025 film, Lily James plays Herd, the founder and previous CEO of the increasingly popular dating app Bumble. She's joined by co-star Dan Stevens in the Rachel Lee Goldenberg flick, which will stream on Hulu. Unfortunately, not much else is known about the project at this point, but we're definitely planning to swipe right on it.
You're not drinking.
She's missing her man.
Which one?
Oh yeah, that's a big question.
Whose life story are you most excited to see on the big screen? Be sure to let us know in the comments.
I was seeing colors. It's called synesthesia. It's not something that you see with your physical eyes. It's something that you see in your mind's eye.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.